Touch Trust is a charity that helps those with learning difficulties, complex needs and other vulnerable groups within society.
If you saw yesterday afternoon's show, you'll know that Touch Trust offer a unique creative movement programmes to all individuals. With an inspirational team, we went to visit the Happy Centre to have a further insight into the lives of those at Touch Trust.
Touch Trust is a charity. We're based in the Wales Millennium Centre in Cardiff Bay. We work with people with all kinds of disabilities, profound multiple learning difficulties, challenging behaviour, autism, dementia, Alzheimer's, even babies with brain damage as well.
Well, I think that was amazing.
Fabulous, so colourful,
Yeah.
They seem to be doing great events, so much fun for everyone, so inspirational, really
Yeah, and
inspirational.
it's good that it's in such an iconic place and like really accessible. And like
Yeah.
they said, even if people can't afford to participate in the classes, they do fundraising and everything, so everyone can be a part of it. I think that's really amazing.
The very fact that Age Cymru are involved in promoting health and well-being, the Healthy Ageing team, they've been doing Nordic walking now, must be for about 6 years.
I would love to take part in that. It gets you out there, socialising, doing some walking.
I just want the poles, because then when I get too tired, I can just like have a nap. Welcome back. As you saw in the break, you can catch us on Dragon Radio every Wednesday, 11 till 1. We are going to try products that are non-branded against branded and see if they taste any different. Just so you know, we don't have a clue which one is which, thanks to our producer.
All right, let's give this a go then.
Let's start with the crisps. Let me
then.
have a nibble.
To me, they look quite premium.
Yeah,
Let me
I
have
think
a try.
these are the branded ones. Yeah, I think they're the branded ones. I do think that Ironheart as a whole company is amazing though, and you're really promoting it. And I was reading it on YouTube, you said that it's for you, for everybody. So I think that's a really amazing statement to say.
I think if you do good things, then people will be interested in what you do, but that's just something I've always kind of wanted to do.
Welcome back to the final part of today's Exposure TV. We showed a clip earlier on in the show with a World War II theme. We asked you at home whether you could guess where we were.
And people have been tweeting in. Let's have a look. Right, Becca Muir says it's Cardiff Castle. I don't know, it might be. And some of our presenters have been tweeting in as well. Chloe Lee says it's St Fagans. Every Welsh primary school went there.
And I think, you see, talk about a win-win situation, which is what I want from the Touch Trust. So because I kept the skydiving going, because I knew that if I gave it up, we were losing money. In fact, what a reward, I've now become the oldest skydiver in the world.
So, what do you think of Dilys?
She's amazing.
She is a daredevil, definitely.
Definitely, so inspirational. Really, really impressive. I wish I could skydive.
I know, like, she's got so much guts. I really wish that I could be like her when I wish I could be like her now.
Right now, yeah.
Exactly.
So, can you tell us, how did you start your duo?
We studied together in college, like you said. We studied in Bridgend. We did music performance for 2 years. And yeah, that's how we met. And it wasn't until the end of our college course we had to do a rock opera, so we had to write the lyrics, do a story, write all the music for it, and we played each other's love interest.
She recently won the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2014 for the National Diversity Awards.
She has a passion for skydiving and is also the oldest female solo skydiver in the world, nicknamed Daredevil Dilys. Let's take a look at a day in the life of Dilys Price.
Oh, they were the branded ones.
I was so wrong.
Oh,
they are
yes.
non-branded.
Well, if you know where we are, like Louise said, tweet us at Exposure USW or facebook.com/Exposure Radio and TV.
BBC's The Voice has taken the world by storm, and several countries on a global scale have their own version of the UK's programme.
If you were watching the 1 PM show on Exposure, you will know that Ragsy is a musician who was on The Voice. We took a look into retro vibe music and learn a bit about his album.
I'd steal another this is a no-go, okay? So this is a onesie, obviously, and it's just no. You go to a job interview, don't turn up in a onesie. Mind you, a bit of Disney though. If maybe Disneyland, you're going to go for an interview at Disneyland, then that can work.
Or if you're going to be a onesie model.
Or if you're going to go, or Christmas time, you know. So it has its uses, but not for a job interview, does it? No, not for a job interview. So that's the last one, really. But yeah,
that's the last one.
That's it. That's all our advice for the fashion quarter.
Now it's time for our competition, Where Am I? If you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, basically, we get a few clues as to where the Exposure team is, and we have to guess. Simple.
As always, we want to get you involved so tweet us your answers at ExposureUSW, and we'll read out a few of your answers later on in the show.
So let's take a look at today's clues. So what is Bright Ideas' main goal? Is it employability or entrepreneurs? Or?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're part of the university. The university wants to be able to contribute to the economy, and we want to be able to produce student businesses, primarily, and sustainable businesses that can last the distance. We don't want just sort of one-night wonders. You know, we want to be able to create sustainable businesses that can actually employ and recruit other people into them as well.
Now, throughout Exposure, we have worked alongside Age Cymru, a fantastic charity.
On Wednesday's Exposure, we spoke to Ewan Roberts from Age Cymru. Let's join Ewan again and find out a little bit more. For the rock lovers, we also have Fuel, who are hosting Power Slaves, a tribute to Iron Maiden, on Saturday the 28th of March, and the doors open at 8 p.m. till 11 p.m.
Sometimes we talk about the meaning of a life.
There's also plenty for us to watch this weekend, so let's take a look at what's on TV tomorrow. The Voice returns this Saturday at 7 p.m. on BBC One, presented by Emma Willis and Marvin Humes. This will be the semi-final round, where the remaining 8 contestants take the stage twice for the chance to get into the finals.
Yeah, so secondly, on the BBC, we're obviously going back to Jeremy Clarkson again. It's been in the news all this month. Oisin Tymond, the Top Gear producer, right at the centre of all the attention. He's not pressing any charges against Jeremy Clarkson. Obviously, this opens up things for Jeremy Clarkson's career now, because if there was a police investigation, he wouldn't be able to go off, his plans were to go to America.
I think stay away from. It's a bit too bold. I mean, come on, who would wear yellow to work?
We've got it for a good cause.
Yeah,
exactly. It's okay.
Now, with this logo, no go. Okay, it's too bold.
Yes.
It's not professional. Hoodies as well.
It looks
stay
a
away
bit
from.
scruffy for an interview, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Like, you know, I like my
Exactly.
hoodies when I'm chilling out at home, not doing much.
Exactly. We have had a blast throughout Exposure, and we hope you tune in to 3 p.m. for the last show of Exposure 2015.
Well, thank you for watching, and now it's time to join the Red Tongue Dogs for a performance, playing us out with their song, The Tree Song. Thank you. See you later.
So today, we're back into the second week now, we had another Storytime songs. We had Gary Monk, so we've got a little clip of Gary Monk as well.
For more information, maps and news about other upcoming events.
So we're joined here with Owen. And do you think it's an industry that will never die? Do you think it'll always keep going? And
I mean, yeah,
always be around?
tattooing has been around for so long now,
Yeah.
and it's just constantly moves with the times.
Yeah.
It constantly updates itself, like I said, with new machines, new inks, things like that.
Yeah.
My dad had a tattoo done 40 years ago. His ink's now green, because the ink was that bad back then.
Yeah.
And that's to get him redone with the new ink now, so it stays black and things like that.
We went down to Cardiff Bay yesterday, did loads of different things, including going on a boat.
If you want to find out more about what they do, then make sure you visit their website, agecymru.org.uk.
And to see more of what Exposure has done with Age Cymru, visit exposure2015.uk to watch us travel all over Wales to work with them.
Well, arguably, Wales is the best place for the freshest water.
English water just tastes weird. So Chloe, what's happening today?
Thanks, Alice. Well, if you haven't already checked out our website today at exposure2015.uk, we have plenty of stories and news for you to be updated with.
Those two have a lot of fun when they do.
They do. I wish I could be doing Exposure
I know, especially
Explorers.
at Tennycross. I do think that maybe Jess cheated by getting held.
Alice, you didn't say that.
Okay, no, sorry, no, nobody cheats on Exposure. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, where they have a go at geocaching.
Both of them had to admit that they weren't particularly into their fitness or active people. And we had the guest lecturer Jasper Blakely as a phone guest, who was brilliant again, made everyone laugh lots.
Hello and welcome to the final Exposure TV show of 2015. Now, in the studio, we are delighted to have Exposure's very own Holly Downing, who has been our Age Cymru coordinator throughout the Exposure. Holly, welcome to the studio.
So what have you been doing with Age Cymru then?
So this is it, I'm riding to Paris on a bike.
So are you a big fan of rugby, or is you just like doing stuff for charity?
Bit of both really. I like to watch rugby. I've tried playing it, I can't play it, so I've given that, up on that idea. So I watch a bit of rugby.
Now, we are joined in the studio now by BBC and S4C broadcaster Betty George, who has covered numerous TV and radio shows over the last 40 years.
Welcome.
It's great to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You must have covered everything.
I think I have actually, yes. I was a journalist, I was a news presenter, I presented a lot of music programs, and I did also rugby, especially in the 70s.
Nordic walking is predominantly to do with using your upper body strength to help to propel you along.
It's a busy little venue, an important venue, and hopefully it'll be here for many years to come.
Situated beyond Cardiff Castle, just a short walk from the city's main high streets, Bute Park really is the green heart of the city.
Thank you, Chris.
We welcome everyone, we give them a clap, we use lots of praise that touch to us, so any small efforts or big efforts made, we praise that through clapping and verbal encouragement.
These are some of the first photographs I ever took when we went on holiday to Tenerife, and just absolutely fantastic, ignited my imagination for what was possible with photography. Absolutely loved it.
You have been watching Exposure TV. Have a great university career, use it, cherish it.
Somebody in the street's house was broken into, and I rang up Age Cymru, and before the end of the day Sean was out putting my house safe.
And then I've been really busy in the studio recording my debut album, Ouch. It's called Ouch because it's wrote about ups, downs, ins, outs and roundabouts.
There's a lot more to sell, but we'll be fine. We'll sell it, and we'll make some for charity too.
Optimistic.
And I said to them, what you need to do is a parachute jump. I remember thinking, oh, and taking a step back. But of course, you know, they just push you, they just step you. And as I went, I could see it now, these beautiful green fields, and thinking, oh, what a mistake, this is death. And the next moment thinking, oh, I'm flying.
Boiler pushes no steam. World is at something unclean.
apart from the physical benefit gains from that, there's also a mental attitude and a strength of mind from it, because there's the socialising with the group.